Remember them? It's very 90s comics. Hi, this is Ashley Victoria Robinson, aka Sailor Chibi Mars, coming to you from the Popverse, a virtual realm created by ReadPop, where we are celebrating the very best in TV, movies, and comics, including anime and manga. And today we are fighting evil by moonlight and winning love by daylight. Do you watch Sailor Moon? Of course you do. Have you ever watched Sailor Moon? Of course you have, but maybe you're a person who wants to watch Sailor Moon, you've dipped your toe in our beautiful universe with the Sailor Senshii, and you're just not quite sure where to start? Have no fear, I have your back covered. Sailor Moon was my first anime ever. As a Canadian, you're welcome for the Deke dub, and I am here to break down how to watch all of the shows and movies in order. 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, Sailor Moon debuted in Japan, and it has been a cultural, worldwide phenomenon ever since. The anime follows the adventures of Usagi Tsukino, a teenage girl who becomes a sailor guardian to fight evil and search for a reincarnated moon princess. So let's start with the very first season of the Sailor Moon anime, released in 1992. This season introduces Usagi, her magical mascot cat Luna, and her fellow Sailor Guardians, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter, and Sailor Venus. This first arc focuses on the Sailor Guardians' early adventures and establishes the world building involving the Moon Kingdom, the reincarnated Princess Serenity, and her destined lover, the reincarnated Prince Endymion. This season was originally censored and dubbed for the Western audience, but it's now available to stream dubbed and subbed on Hulu. The second season of Sailor Moon R, features two different arcs due to the manga and anime being in progress at the same time. The first arc, known in the United States as the Doomtree arc, love it, features the original storyline that is exclusive to the anime series. It begins with the Sailor Guardians and Tuxedo Mask having no memory of the events of the last season. Following this arc, a new storyline begins involving a mysterious girl named Chibiusa, aka Rini in English. I love her. You can probably tell from the intro. This arc is also available to stream on Hulu. Sailor Moon R movie Promise of the Rose takes place after the second arc of Sailor Moon R and tells the story of the alien Fiori as he tries to drain the life energy from the Earth and take Mamoru away. This film is notable for providing a backstory for Mamoru and showing the importance of Sailor Moon's bonds with her loved ones. You can watch it for free with ads on YouTube. The third season of Sailor Moon S, features the appearance of new villains known as the Deathbusters, and the appearance of two new Sailor Guardians, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. This story arc is split into two parts and features important character developments for the Sailor Guardians as they learn what is in store for themselves in the 30th century. Similar to the first and second seasons, Sailor Moon S was highly censored and dubbed, but is now available to stream on Hulu. Sailor Moon S, the movie, was adapted from a side story by Naoko Takeuchi and tells the story of the Sailor Guardians battling an alien ice princess while Luna falls in love with a human astronomer named Kakeru. This movie is notable for being a fun retelling of the tale of the bamboo cutter and allowing you to partially see through Luna's eyes. You can watch it for free with ads on YouTube. Sailor Moon S originally aired from 1995 to 1996 in Japan and features the Sailor Guardians' involvement with a magical Pegasus as they battle two sets of villains and search for the Golden Crystal. This season is notable for its focus on Chibiusa, Sailor Moon's daughter, and for having a theme of personal dreams versus nightmares. The original English dub features cuts and censorship, but now you can stream the uncut version on Hulu. The fifth and final season of the 90s Sailor Moon anime picks up right where the previous left off. Sailor Moon Sailor Stars features a new guardian called Sailor Galaxia. All-time great name, by the way. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Chef's kiss. Who aims to take the star seeds of Sailor Guardians and humans in order to become the strongest Sailor Guardian ever. This season introduces three new Sailor Guardians, known as the Sailor Starlights, and a cute, mysterious Sailor Guardian known as Chibi Chibi. Small. While this season currently isn't streaming anywhere, it is available to buy on Blu-ray and DVD. If you're looking for a more faithful adaptation of the manga, you should check out Sailor Moon Crystal. The first season, known as the Dark Kingdom arc, has the Sailor Guardians battling not only Queen Beryl, but also the dark entity known as Queen Metalia. The second season, known as the Black Moon arc, tells the fuller version of the Sailor Guardians' adventures in the 30th century. Finally, the third season, known as the Deathbusters arc, remember them? It's very 90s comics, features a more tragic and hopeful story for the character known as the Messiah of Silence. All these seasons are available with subs and dubs via Tubi, Hulu, Netflix, and Crunchyroll. And last but not least, Sailor Moon Eternal is a two-part movie that covers the Dead Moon Circus arc of the manga. Similar to Sailor Moon Super S, this film features the Sailor Guardians battling the foes of the Dead Moon Circus. However, there is more lore in this film and better visuals you can watch now on Netflix. Also, not to leave any disrespect on the live action series Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, which is incredible. You can find it online, but it's not easily available. My recommendation is to buy it on DVD. Trent, welcome back. We're talking more anime.
Oh boy, it's my favorite topic.
Okay, I said, Trent, come talk about Sailor Moon. You said, yes, I will talk about Sailor Moon. Tell me a series that you loved from Sailor Moon.
I loved Sailor Moon Super S.
Yes.
It does this thing that I love in anime, which is like, oh, we're also wholesome, we're magical girl anime, and now it's gonna get really freaking dark. Just out of nowhere. And it does this really, really well. And it does a really good focus on Sailor Chibi Moon, gives her a little bit of love.
I love her so much.
I love her so much. I just must protect. And right at the start, you get the Amazon trio trying to corrupt her and taking over the world so they can steal Pegasus' power. And it's this really trippy kind of show, kind of series. But I love it because it lets her not just be a cute sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
She is in danger, and she's one of the heroes of the series. That's really important. It also does a really great job of setting up the full might of the Dead Moon Circus coming out after the Sailor Scouts later on. I love that. It's this great example of escalation. You start off with a really like small, not small, but a personal issue. Sailor Chibi Moon is having nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's invading her dreams.
Mm-hmm.
It then becomes the entire planet is at stake by the end of the season. I think that is something anime does really well, and this is a great example of that.
I feel like it's kind of a graduation from her intro in the Deke dub, where it's like, she's in love with Pegasus. What does this mean? She kind of opens the door to a lot of the weirder storytelling that we get toward the end of that original series. And it's like, what if that was an entire show? And then, as
absolutely.
you say, they keep escalating from that point forward. Ah, what a great pick. Okay, what's next on your list?
The next one on my list is actually Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars. The last one, the very end. And endings are really important. Endings are so important. If
and
you
we don't
know
get
the
them
ending,
in anything anymore.
no. And it's great that this is it's based on a manga. The manga had an ending. They went, this is the ending. But it's not a perfect ending. It doesn't hit everything that it needs to. However, it's so ambitious, and I love that. Sailor Galaxia.
Best name of all time. Drag name, fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. It tells you exactly what they are. They are the Sailor Scout of a galaxy, and they are going to mess everybody's day up. It's wonderful. I love that she represents the path not taken for Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
The what if Sailor Moon became corrupted kind of thing. And I'm a sucker for that trope. It's a silly trope, but this season pulls out all the stops. It has all the time paradoxes. The hero saves the villain from falling to their doom, and then the power of hope and love save the entire universe. It's cheesy and hokey, and I love it. You cannot tell me this wasn't a fitting end to Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon.
Okay. Speaking of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, let's talk about Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon / the Deke dub / the original animated series, because Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon is also what the live action series is called, which, by the way, absolutely slaps. And I will go to bat, is the best live action adaptation of any anime. You can come fight me online at Ashley V. Robinson. But if you're going to say something nasty, you have to follow me. That's my rule. But it all starts with this original animated series. And I don't know about you, but I have only ever seen the Deke dub. I've never seen the original Japanese version of that OG animated series. I don't know if we didn't get it in North America until fairly recently. Obviously, again, the world has opened up so much. We have so much more access than we ever did before. But that original Deke dub, I think, was a lot of people's introduction to not only shoujo storytelling, magical girl storytelling, anime in general. Like, for my generation of fans, That was the first anime I'd ever seen. I
Mhm.
thought they were the most beautiful people I'd ever seen in the entire world. My mother thought they were creepy. So, of course, I immediately became obsessed with it. And it runs because it was coming out fairly concurrent to the manga. It runs almost the entire length of that series. It accomplishes so much. By the time we shared our love of Chibiusa, by the time she even gets introduced, it's like, wait, we're like 8 levels deep in this matrix. And it opens up such a massive world when it's just Serena as we meet her, but Usagi as she's actually known, when it's just her trying to get along in high school. Ugh, I love it so much. It's so perfect. Tell me what you love about the OG series.
Oh, the OG series. I mean, what I love is the impact that it had on anime in general.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was not the first magical girl anime, but it was one
No.
of the first shows, probably the first show, the first
Ron by one
manga
half's
release.
over here like, hello,
Yeah,
I've
right?
been
I
around.
exist. Um, I what I love about it is that it wasn't the first magical girl anime, but it was the first one that said, let's put them in a team.
Yeah.
Let's have multiple, and they all have their own interactions. They all have their own relationships, and they're
Mm-hmm.
all the complete characters.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a case of like Dragon Ball, where if you're
Mm-hmm.
not named Goku, you ain't saving the day.
Gohan, maybe you
Gohan does a
Gohan.
little, he shows up now and then, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
okay, if you're not a Saiyan,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
not doing anything. Everybody in Sailor Moon gets a chance to shine,
Mm-hmm.
even if you're not called Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my favorite thing about it. It shows it's probably one of the first examples of a great ensemble anime, and it's really difficult to pull those off.
And it's such a diversity of characters, even though you very much can distill them down to their elemental or their sort of
Mhm.
like Greco-Roman archetypes. Like I always identified with Sailor Mars, but I loved like Sailor Jupiter is my favorite of the Sailor Scouts. Like you can find the aspects of your personality that you're most looking to attach to in any of the characters, whether we're talking just about the Sailor Scouts or outside. So I would love to know, Trent, as we're wrapping up our Sailor Moon discussion, who is your favorite character?
You know what? And this is probably, I don't know if this is gonna say something about me. I
Hashtag
just love.
cancel Trent.
So obviously, I really like Tuxedo Mask. It's the dumbest name I've ever heard in my entire life.
Amazing, yeah.
It just literally, and the meme of my work here is done. You didn't do
Right.
anything is him
Exactly.
encapsulated. It's
Yes.
perfect. But I really like Sailor Moon. I love her character design. I love that first moment we get that magical girl transformation and the pigtails explode out the bat, and it's just I think she specifically is
Mhm.
just such a fun character of, like you said, she just wants to get along in high school. She just wants to hang out. She's trying to make friends. And then this talking cat shows up and she's like, wait, I gotta save the world and I'm the moon and what? Like, I love that. I love I'm a sucker for main characters and a main
Mhm.
character's done well and she's done really well.
And then like local asshole Mamoru Chiba shows up and is like, "Hello, I'm Tuxedo Mask."
Tuxedo Mask.
And then
I'm a hero because I'm a man. Get
it's
out of
no
here.
exactly that. And then Chibiusa is also like, "I'm your daughter," and she's like, "I guess." That's not even the weirdest thing that's happened to me
Yeah, I know.
today.
She rolls with that so well. She just literally goes, "Yeah, whatever, man. Like,
Yeah, you can live in my
get in.
house.
Like, just I got a lot going on."
Get in, suckers. What does it? Get in, losers. We're saving the universe. Trent, thank you so much again for joining us. Remind people where they can follow you and harangue you about your Sailor Moon takes online.
I'm always up to discuss Sailor Moon. You can find me on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it that. On at Trent L Canon is the best place to find me.
And that's it. You now have the complete watch order of all the Sailor Moon anime and movies with a little bonus just because I love Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon so much, and you should too. So you can enjoy this beloved franchise to the fullest with all of this knowledge. Thank you so much for watching today and for joining us in the Silver Millennium. I have been Ashley Victoria Robinson, aka Sailor Chibi Mars, your video host and producer here in the Popverse, a virtual realm created by ReadPop. If you want more anime and manga videos, please subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell, you get notifications, you never miss a single thing that we're up to, particularly if it is anime or manga themed. If videos aren't enough for you and you want even more, why not visit thepopverse.com, where we are celebrating the best on TV, movies, and comics each and every single ding dang day, including a lot of anime features. Thank you so much for joining us here in the Silver Millennium, and I will see you next time.